It has been a common desire to have mass-produced personal aircraft since the Ford 5i, an airplane that was intended to be the model of the sky. The development of electrical personal aircraft appears to be the gaining momentum as we move into the late 2010s. What's good, you guys? This is Market Live, and today we're going to talk about the company Uber and their plans for their electric flying taxis. Before we start the video, I would just like you to do me a favor by just hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification down below to keep you updated on this channel. So without further ado, let's hop into it. The ideal design for the personal air taxis is an electrical vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, or EV aircraft. Helicopters do not share the qualities of eVTOLs, which include quietness, the absence of direct emissions, and affordability. A 98-page white paper was published by Uber in October of last year. They described their goal of being able to travel a 2-hour drive distance in 15 minutes using air travel in the publication. Studies show that commute time accounts for 7 full working weeks annually in locations like Los Angeles and Sydney. A 19-minute commute to work is typical in Mumbai, India. On-demand aviation is Uber's proposed remedy. They advocate for the development of infrastructure that would support a network of urban VTOLs and assert that doing so would be much less expensive than developing new highways. The construction of a new class of VTOL aircraft has only recently become feasible due to technological advancements. According to the white paper, there are a few obstacles that must be removed in order for this market to succeed. These include the certification procedure, battery technology, an upgrade to the urban air traffic control system, and improvements to vehicle performance, dependability, efficiency, and safety, among other things. Uber's inaugural conference took place in April of this year. Regulatory organizations and think tanks were present, along with a wide range of professionals working on cutting-edge battery, aircraft, and charging technologies. To share thoughts with one another, they got together. Aside from the white paper, they essentially answered every issue. I was definitely taken aback by a few things I witnessed while I watched the event being streamed live online. Actually, it turns out that the battery technology at this period is current with the year. The Uber Elevate network is what Uber is calling its new infrastructure. The goal of the meeting was to develop new, cutting-edge planes that could transform air travel and package delivery. In addition to wanting to transport 2 to 5 passengers, the corporation is looking for a flight range of between 25 to 60 miles or 40 to 100 kilometers. 2020 is the target year for the launch of flights between Texas and Dubai. Bell Helicopter, Airbus, a firm that is also working on an air traffic management system called Skywaves, the Slovenian electric light plane manufacturer, the young German team William, as well as a company named Aurora, are just a few of the engineering teams supporting the project. We ended up using Aurora as its main companion, as it turned out. A self-flying airplane with space for 2 people or 220 kilos of luggage is being planned as Aurora by the media. It will also include a backup pilot for safety. There will be a 200 km per hour top speed and a 40 km per hour travel distance currently. They desired the simplest design possible, which is why it appears very clumsy. Only direct drive motors, unique loaders, and the use of currently available technology are required. The team has already completed a test flight of a quarter-scale model, which despite its appearance, is actually quite large. It measures around 2 by 2 meters. This plane is based somewhat on the XV-24AX, a model being created for the US Department of Defense. NASA and DARPA are further partners of the business. But if battery technology didn't exist, absolutely none of this would make sense. The fact that there has, in fact, been a lot of advancement in the last year as electric cars become more widely accepted may come as a surprise to some. In an effort to compete in this market, battery suppliers and other members of the battery businesses are compelled to push the limits of their technology. A presentation on their current technology was given by David Baxter, co-founder, vice president, and head of hardware engineering at the ChargePort company. A charging station there can charge batteries from 0 to 25% in 5 minutes and from 25 to 90% in 15. The liquid cooling in their charging cable holds the key to how they are able to accomplish all of this. The Express Charge, a product from ChargePoint that was introduced in early 2017, claims to already use the current technology. The station's modules, which were originally built as a charger for electric automobiles, have a 96% efficiency rating and a maximum output of 1,250 amps at 1,000 volts. The charger has a 400 kilowatt output. According to the business, their cooling system may actually recharge the aircraft batteries, consuming less energy. The system is also quite scalable in addition to all of these other features. According to G Battery's Chief Technology Officer, Nick Scherstyuk, lithium-ion batteries have actually gotten better every year since they were first introduced in 1991. But for a VTOL to be practical, it needs to have power-to-weight ratio of 300 watt-hours per kilogram and cost $400 per kilowatt-hour. However, for the majority of production, the maximum yield is roughly 150 watt-hours per kilogram, and Tesla is achieving that. The Tesla Model S had a wattage per kilogram of about 130, while this and the Leaf had a wattage per kilogram of about 80. The second objective, which was $400 per kilowatt-hour, has already been accomplished. The fact that these high-energy density batteries can't be charged quickly enough or have long enough life cycles is the true issue. According to Nick, this is because the battery charging procedure hasn't changed in a century. It has no optimization at all. Nick compares the flowing lithium ions to a congested, uncontrolled motorway where people are rushing to go somewhere quickly despite the lack of population density. Almost identical to when lithium ions cause irreversible chemical reactions are the inevitable pileups and wrecks that result from them. A reduction in battery cycle life, to put in another way. In order to solve this issue, a brand new technology provided by G Batteries is known as Active Battery Management Systems. They were getting a 0 to 50% charge on the 3000 mAh battery in just 5 minutes, while more than doubling the battery life over the long term, similar to what you'd find in a typical smartphone. Additional tests, including those conducted outside of a lab, showed a 600% increase in charging rate and a 3 to 10-fold improvement in long-term battery life. Because these tests were conducted using actual batteries from products or batteries you might buy at the shop, it appears that this method appears to be effective and is supported by empirical evidence. How does it operate then? So to sum up, the algorithm prevents the loss of lithium cycling in the battery's anode. There are a few other speeches on battery technology, but another one that I thought was intriguing was from a firm called Solid Energy, which was established 3 years ago. They advertised that their rechargeable batteries are the lightest ever created and that their density is half that of batteries of a similar size. Finally, it appears as Uber's vision of a network of personal air taxis may finally materialize now that the crucial challenge of batteries is on the verge of being solved. Although it is yet unclear whether or not this will all pan out, I am cautiously optimistic. So what do you think of this? If y'all like today's content, you'll sure love our previous video about Rivian, which you can find in the description below. Anyway, feel free to jot down your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. And if you want to stay updated in our posts, hit that subscribe button as well. Once again, this is Market Thrive signing off.